Hello, hello. Good evening. So tonight's story is entitled The Big Balloon Race. Story by Eleanor Coer, and the pictures are by Carolyn Kroll. The Big Balloon Race. Chapter 1. Balloons, Balloons. It was the day of the big balloon race. Ariel got up early and hurried to her mother's room. "Please," she asked, "can I go up in the balloon with you?" Carlotta the Great was putting on her blue dress with the fancy gold braid. "You are too young," she said, "and winning a race is hard work." "But I can help," said Ariel. Carlotta smiled. "You can help by riding in the buggy with your father to the finish line." "Oh, thumps," said Ariel. Sadly, she went outside. Balloon Farm was a strange farm. In the yard, half-filled balloons sat like giant mushrooms. People came from all over to buy balloons made by Mr. Myers. Ariel watched her father fold Carlotta's balloon, Lucky Star. "I wish I could be an aeronaut like Mama," she said. "When you are older," said Mr. Myers. "Now it is time to go." Carlotta, Ariel, and Mr. Myers climbed into the buggy. Lucky Star followed in a wagon. There was a great whoop-de-doo at the fairgrounds. Thousands of people were there to see the balloon race. It was a big event in 1882. Oompa, 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 played the band. 2 balloons were already in the air. They were tied to the ground by long ropes. Acrobats swung from one basket to the other. Lucky Star and its net were spread out on the ground. Pfft. Lighter than air, hydrogen gas hissed into the balloon. It slowly grew until it was taller than the house on Balloon Farm. 12 strong men held Lucky Star down. Nearby, another balloon grew fat and tall. It was Flying Cloud, a ball of bright colors. Its captain, Bernard the Brave, was the best gentleman aeronaut in America. Carlotta the Great was the best lady aeronaut. It would be a close race. "I bet you'll win," Ariel told her mother. Carlotta gave her a kiss. "You can sit in the basket until it is time to go." Ariel got inside the basket and talked to Harry the pigeon. Harry went on every flight. Sometimes he took messages from Carlotta to Balloon Farm. The mayor began a long speech. He talked on and on. So Ariel climbed inside the odds and ends box. It was quieter there, and cozy, and warm. Soon she fell asleep. Ariel did not hear the mayor's last words. "There's a south wind," he said, "so the finish line will be the other side of Devil's Punch Bowl Lake." Ariel did not even hear the drums. The aeronauts stepped into their baskets. The crowd cheered. Mr. Myers waved to Carlotta. "Good luck." She waved her knobby sailor hat. "Hands off," Carlotta ordered. The men let go of the ropes. With a jolt, Lucky Star took off. Chapter 2. Ups and Downs. Ariel woke up. "What happened?" she asked. Carlotta stared. "Ariel, what have you done?" she cried. "We are aloft." Ariel looked over the side. Sure enough, they were off the ground. Below, someone yelled, "Stop! There is a stowaway in the basket. Mr. Myers waved his arms and shouted something. Ariel waved back. "Oh," she cried, "it's like being a bird." She watched the crowd set out for the finish line. Some were in buggies, some were in wagons, and others were on fast horses. A crosswind tugged at the balloon. Whoosh! Lucky Star swooped away over a farm. Dogs barked and ran around in circles. Pigs squealed. Chickens squawked. A horse reared and galloped away. Scrunch! Lucky Star's basket scraped the treetops. "Can we go higher?" asked Ariel. "The balloon and ballast are for only one per passenger," said Carlotta. "You are extra weight." She dropped one bag of sand over the side. Up went Lucky Star. The farm got smaller and smaller. It looked like a toy, and then it was gone. "Dear me," said Carlotta, "an updraft is sucking us into that rain cloud." She pulled on the blue valve rope to let out some gas. Lucky Star did not fall. Ariel stared up into netting that looked like a spider web. "Why don't you pull the red rope too?" she asked. "That is the ripcord," said her mother. "It lets the gas out all at once." Carlotta tied her hat snugly under her chin. "Sit down," she ordered, "and hang on." Ariel hugged her mother's sturdy legs in their fancy blue gaiters. Lucky Star was in the middle of a misty, wet, bumpy cloud. The basket went back and forth, up and down, then around and around. "Oh, I feel sick," said Ariel. "A good aeronaut keeps calm," said Carlotta. "The balloon will cool, and we will go down." She was right. In a few minutes, Lucky Star was sailing away from the cloud. Carlotta checked everything. "Ropes and toggles are in fine trim," she said. She read the altimeter that hung around her neck. "We are about 2,000 feet up." She studied the map and compass. "We're heading south." "Look," said Ariel, "the lake is straight ahead." Just then they saw a flying cloud. "He's beating us," said Ariel. "He will win the gold medal." Carlotta shook her head. "I have a few tricks yet," she said. "Perhaps we can find a faster stream of air below us." She valved out gas. Down, down, down went Lucky Star. It was sinking too fast and toward a town. Carlotta tossed handfuls of sand over the side. Lucky Star moved up and skimmed the rooftops. People stopped whatever they were doing and stared at the balloon. Suddenly, wind stung Ariel's cheeks. "Hi-ho!" cried Carlotta. "We found the airstream." It was Ariel who first saw a spiky church steeple. "Look out!" she yelled. She closed her eyes and hung on. Carlotta threw out more sand. Whew! Just in time. Lucky Star soared over the steeple. Now Flying Cloud was behind. "If we don't hit another updraft," said Carlotta, "we might win." Soon they were sweeping over the lake. "There is only a little sand left," Carlotta said. "Let's hope the wind blows us right across." The air was cold. Lucky Star's gas cooled. They went down. Carlotta tossed out the last handful of sand, but it was not enough. "Oh, thumps!" cried Ariel. "We'll crash into the lake." "Let's keep our wits about us," said Carlotta, "and make the basket lighter." Ariel helped throw out a raincoat, rubber boots, the odds and ends box, and the anchor. Everything went over the side except Harry and his cage. Chapter 3. Ariel to the rescue. Lucky Star wobbled and took a giant step. "Lean on this side," said Carlotta. The basket creaked and tilted toward shore. Lucky Star was almost there when, splash! The basket plunked into the water, but it didn't sink. The balloon kept it afloat. "We lost the race," cried Ariel, "and it's all my fault. I'm extra weight." Ariel knew what she had to do. She held her nose and jumped into the lake. The water was only up to her waist. "Good gracious," said her mother. "That was brave, but it will not help. Even without you, the basket is too wet and heavy to go up again." Just then, Flying Cloud began to come down. "Our last chance," cried Carlotta. She threw the guide rope to Ariel. "Pull! Pull us to shore! Hurry!" Ariel grabbed the rope and waded onto the beach. Lucky Star was easy to pull, with a balloon holding it up. "Splendid!" cried Carlotta. She jumped and dragged the basket to higher ground. A minute later, Flying Cloud landed. "We won! We won!" shouted Ariel and Carlotta. They were laughing and hugging and crying all at the same time. Bernard the Brave anchored his balloon to a tree. Then he came over and shook Carlotta's hand. "Congratulations," he said. "I see that Lucky Star has a crew." He wrapped Ariel in a blanket. "Thank you, sir," said Ariel. Bernard smiled. "Why, it is my pleasure." Carlotta sent Harry home with a victory message to Balloon Farm. Soon the crowd arrived. Mr. Myers rode up in a buggy. Carlotta told him how Ariel had helped win the race. "Ariel," he said, "I'm proud of you." The mayor gave Ariel the gold medal. Carlotta hugged Ariel. "I'm proud of you too," she said. "Perhaps you are old enough to fly." Ariel smiled happily. She was sure of it. The end. Good night. Hope you have a good sleep.